Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field as we have the seventh game of the 2019 Missoula Mavericks Memorial Tournament. The Missoula Mavericks versus the Lewis and Clark Twins. And it will be the fourth game of the day. So the way things have worked out so far is the Twins played just before against the Spuds of Central Washington, getting the win 7-3. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups for today's game before we get into the back date of what was going on earlier today. Leading off for the Twins will be Braden Turcotte, the second baseman. Tyson Wallace bats second. He's the shortstop. Coy Stout, the third baseman, bats third. Batting fourth is Dawson Bonfield, holding down first base. Center fielder DJ Ricard will bat fifth. Batting sixth is Dalton Hart, the designated hitter. The seventh-spot batter, Austin Kolb, is the catcher. The right fielder, Taryn Judy, will bat eighth. And rounding out the order is the pitcher, Dylan Mader. For the Mavericks, it'll be the Magic Man, Brendan Hill, leading things off in center field. Dane Frazier, the right fielder, will bat second. Batting third is the third baseman, Trad Richardson. Stuart Long is the shortstop. Bridger Johnson will be in left field, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Drew Stensrud, holding down first base. Thomas Martin is the designated hitter, batting seventh. Andrew Clausen, the catcher, bats eighth. And Dayton Bay, the second baseman, rounds out the order. It's Zach Hengis on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks, and Glenn Welsh, our plate umpire, will point to the mound, and Hengis will deliver the first pitch. The first pitch is at 7:31. We've got a game time temp of 57 degrees with a northwest wind at 10 miles an hour. It'll be ball one, excuse me, to Turcotte. Hengis drops in ball two. So Zach Hengis on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Hengis coming up from the A squad this year. This is his first year at Double A, and Hengis will find the plate on the third pitch to make it strike one. So Hengis, a 6'3", 250-pound right-hander, sophomore at Sentinel High School, as this one sent into center field, and Hill will have the shallow shot for out number one.
Shortstop number 10, Tyson Wallace.
Brings up Tyson Wallace, the shortstop, with one out, nobody on. Now, the Twins and the Mavericks know each other quite well as they play in each other's tournaments, and they've had a long history with each other. This one's bounced down to Richardson. The throw to first, Stensrud sticks the bag, and that will be out number two on the ground ball. Brings up Coy Stout for the Twins with 2 outs and nobody on. And the manager for the Twins is a former Legion player. He played for the Twins 03, 04, 05, and he would come back his freshman year in college as we get ball one to Stout in 06. So Moyer, experienced with the Twins. This one's going to be fouled off for strike one. 1-1 on the count. Mavericks and the Twins play each other's tournaments every year, and Moyer was giving me a hard time about the Mavericks as this one swung on for strike two. He says, you guys used to give away offensive player of the tournament and defensive player of the tournament awards. I said, well, that's before my time. Here's the 1-2, and it's swung on, and it's a strikeout. 1-2-3 for the Twins. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless, bottom of the first, scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball tournaments.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the bottom of the first inning between the Lewis and Clark Twins and the Missoula Mavericks, scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Game 7 of the 2019 Missoula Maverick Memorial Tournament. 4th game on the day. This will be the second game for the Twins as they'll play the doubleheader. They would beat Central Washington in the third game, which was their first game, if you want to play with my words. So Brendan Hill will lead things off for the Mavericks, and it's Dylan Mader on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Hill settles in, and Mader will deliver the first pitch of the inning. Swung on. Hill bounces it out. Second baseman's up on it. The throw to first is just ahead of Hill. No! Hill, the speed demon, comes up with the hit for the Mavericks.
The right fielder, number 7, Dane Frazier.
So we go to Dane Frazier now. Frazier with a runner at first. Nobody out. Both Hill and Frazier, 2 of the 3 members of the home run club for the Mavericks in 2019. As we get a pitch in low for ball 1 to Frazier. Frazier has 2 home runs on the season, with Richardson, the 3rd member, with 1, and then Hill, speedy little Hill with an in-the-park home run. As we come inside for ball 2. 2-0. So Frazier at the plate puts Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. Hill at first. No outs. Here's the pitch by Mader, and it's outside for ball 3. 3-0 on the count to Frazier. Frazier settling in, and the pitch outside, and Frazier is walked on ball 4. Takes us to Trad Richardson for the Mavericks. As Richardson looks down the third base line to Brent Hathaway, who's been at the helm of the Mavericks for 28 years. This is his 29th season with the Mavericks. As we have the pitch, and the bunt laid down by Richardson. It's going to stay kissing that line, but Glenn Welsh, our plate umpire, says foul, and we'll have strike 1. So Glenn Welsh, our plate umpire, and Nick Yonke in the field. Oh, 1 on the count. Here's the pitch, and it's backed off. 1-1 on the count. So Richardson showing bunt once again. 1-1.
Are you selling, Lex?
No, I'm not selling.
Oh, you gotta sell. You got a baseball.
Tomorrow. I have to.
2 bills. 2 bills.
Here's the pitch, and Richardson will lay the bunt down, and the pitcher not able to pick it up. And Richardson will reach
say air.
They're going to call that one a hit off the bunt. So bases loaded for the Mavericks with no outs off the bunt, and we come up to Stuart Long for the Mavericks, the shortstop. Here's the pitch by Mater, and he'll drop it in for strike one. 1-1 on the count. Pitch on the way, and it's inside. Brings up ball one. So now we're on 1-1 on the count, as I got ahead of myself. Mavericks with a loss to Walla Walla last night. So they're 0-1 on the tournament, as this one comes in for ball two. So let's take a look at our tournament breakdown since last night, today's games. Pitch on the way, swung on, foul down the third base line, and we'll have strike two to Stuart Long. 2-2. So the first game was at noon today. That was Centralia and Walla Walla, and that one was an interesting game, as in the first 3 innings, the two teams would combine for 16 runs, as Stewart will swing for strike 3 in the first out of the inning. Brings us up to Bridger Johnson for the Mavericks. Game 2 would be Central Washington and Walla Walla, and it'd be a tight one, as Walla Walla would squeak by 5-4 against Central Washington. Johnson will receive ball one. 1-0. Mater with the stretch and set. And Johnson fouls this one down the first base line. It's got some air under it, but out of play. And we get a foul ball to even us out on the count. Mavericks with loaded bases, 1 out. Hill at first, Frazier at second, Hill at third, Frazier at second, and Richardson at first. And Johnson lets it go by to get strike 2. 1-2. The third game was Central Washington and Lewis and Clark came away with a 7-3 win over Central Washington. That second game with Walla Walla and Central Washington actually went 8 innings, with Walla Walla getting the walk-off. Johnson with a little hopper, the throw to the catch, and Hill will score for the Mavericks off the baby bunt. So they're going to say a fielder's choice.
First baseman number 5, Drew Stensrud.
We go to Drew Stensrud now. And the Mavericks get on the board first. And Stensrud fouls this one off to start out with strike 1. So 0-1 to Stensrud, as it was hit back into Welsh, our plate umpire. 1 out. Here's the 0-1 by Mater. And we get strike 2. 0-2. Stensrud, the first baseman. Deep breath by Mater, and now the pitch. Swung on. This one's got eyes. The third baseman with a good play on it, but not able to hold it up, and it'll be Dane Frazier across the plate. And the Mavericks machine will stay with loaded bases with 1 out. And it's now 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We go to Thomas Martin, the designated hitter, with 1 out and loaded bases for the Mavericks. Martin batting in the number 7 spot. And Martin will take a slice, foul for strike 1. It's good to see Martin in the lineup. Tuesday night, he would miss the second game and would be pulled out in the first game of the doubleheader against Helena with a back injury, back soreness. Don't want to really say injury as this one glides in for ball one, but some soreness, so he stayed out of the second game. Came in and had one at-bat, or one plate appearance last night, so he gets the DH today. Back outside for ball two, 2-1. Here's the stretch and set by Mater. Pitch on the way, and Martin will foul this one off the hand grips. Gives us a even count at 2 apiece. It'll be loaded bases. Stensrud at first, Johnson at second, and Richardson at third. Here's Mater with the stretch and set. And Martin rolls this one out to the shortstop. Picked up the throw to first, and it'll be just ahead of Martin. 2 away on the ground out.
The catcher, number 14, Andrew Clausen.
And we come to Andrew Clausen now, with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, as Clausen will take ball one. Here's the pitch by Mater, and it's outside, brings up ball two. Mater with the stretch and set. And Clausen is hit by the pitch. And we go back to loaded bases. Dax.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
So the hit by pitch loads the bases up for the Mavericks. For Dayton Bay, bottom of the order. 2 outs. And Bay will send this one into the parking lot for strike one. And Bay in Lewiston, I dubbed him as the bunt master. He had some beautiful bunts in Lewiston last weekend. And Bay will chop this one foul. Catcher's going to try to get to it, but we'll have strike two. In one game, Bay laid down a bunt that landed on the grass and just died out. I don't know if it was the backspin from the pitch or coming off the bat, but that ball came down and landed on the third base side in the grass and just kind of died out. Both the catcher, the pitcher, and the third baseman were there, but nobody could make a play on the ball. So we dubbed Dayton Bay the bunt master. Here's the 0-2. And we'll get ball one to Bay. Bottom of the first, Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with 2 outs, loaded bases. Here's the pitch by Mater. And Bay will take this one foul to keep us at 1-2. So Saturday we'll have 3 games here at Lindbergh Craig Field. First one will be at 2:30. That's Lewis and Clark and Walla Walla, as Mater will deliver the pitch, and a swing for the third out, and we go to the top of the first, or top of the second inning. The Mavericks leading 3-0. Back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning! Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, moving to the top of the second inning, where the Missoula Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, with Dawson Bonfield to lead off the inning. We want to say hello to our Missoula Maverick viewers, as well as the viewers for the Twins, as Zach Hangus is going to deliver outside on the lefty for ball one. Bonfield, the tall first baseman, sends this one to Stensrud. It's going to bounce off of Stensrud's glove, and Bonfield will be loaded up. So they'll go ahead and score it as a hit.
Center fielder number 26, DJ Ricard.
So we go to DJ Ricard as the Twins, and they're actually going to mark that as an error, so we'll back that off. So Ricard will face ball one on the first pitch. Here's the pitch by Hangus, and it'll come in for ball two, 2-0 to Ricard. So Hangus, excuse me, apologize. A sophomore going into his junior year, as this one's over the head of Long. Hill will race it down, and the runners will be at first and second now for
designated hitter
the Twins, as we come to the designated hitter, Dalton Hart, with 2 on and no outs. So Hart will settle in with Ricard at first and Bonfield at second. Hart was trying to make his plea when I was down getting lineups to play in center field. And Moyer with the laugh. Here's the pickup by Richardson, the throw to first, and there's the first out of the inning.
The catcher number 22, Austin Cole.
It advances the runners, though, to second and third with 1 out as we come to Austin Kolb, the catcher. So Kolb will settle in with Hangus on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Pitch on the way, and this one's fouled back towards us for strike 1. 0-1 on the count. But Hangus, multi-sport athlete, as he plays hockey and is a golfer for the Sentinel Golf program. And Kolb will swing for strike 2. 0-2 on the count. Pitcher, first base are the main 2 positions that Hangus does play. As we have the pitch on the way, reached for and fouled into the netting to keep us at 0-2 on the count. This will be his first year with the AA squad, as he's played 1 year with the B and 1 year with the A for the Mavericks. Here's the stretch and set on the 0-2. Reached for, it's a line drive as Johnson's not able to put a glove on it. Runner from third will score, as well as the runner from second, and it's now 2 runs earned for
right fielder number 8, Darren Judy.
And the runner reaching second off the same error. And it's now 3-2. Here's the pitch from Hangus. It's upstairs for Taryn Judy for ball 1. Judy was the pitcher yesterday for the Twins in their game. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be foul down the third base line as it races deep, and will be even on the count at 1. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. Thought that was Turcotte standing there, but it is not. It's Mater. So 1-1 on the count. Hengis with the stretch and set. Runner at second. And this one's hit past Richardson. It's going to roll into left field. This time Johnson secures it, and there'll be runners on the corners for the Twins with 1 out.
The center fielder, number 15, Mason Daniel.
We go to Mason Daniel now with runners at first and third. Clausen will signal the field. As the bottom of the order comes to the plate in Dylan Mater. Hengis checks the runner at first, and now the pitch. Over the plate for strike 1. Hengis, Dodgers fan. Here's the stretch and set. And a swing will bring up strike 2 to Mater. So pitcher versus pitcher duel. Hengis now with the pitch. And he's going to go to first. Kolb standing at second, Judy at first. Or Kolb at third, Judy at first. Here's the 0-2. And we'll have ball 1 as the runner is between first and second, and they're going to hold it to hold the runner at third as Bay will chase Judy back to first. 0-2. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Twins. Swung on. This one's got eyes. It's going to hop between third and short. That will bring home the runner from third. And with 1 out, there'll be runners at first and second for the Twins as it's tied at 3 apiece on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Brings us back to the top of the order to Braden Turcotte, the second baseman. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and it's going to foul back into the netting for strike 1. Hengis hobbies are lake time. Favorite movie, Miracle on Ice. Kind of expect that from a hockey player. Good movie. Here's the throw down to second. They'll go down the line to first, and it's safe at first. The fielder's choice will get the runner at second.
Number 10, Dyson Wallace.
So we stay with runners on the corners with 2 outs for the Twins as Tyson Wallace comes to the plate. Hengis with the stretch and set. And it's swung third base, and Richardson cannot put a glove on it. It's going to roll down the line to third, or to left. And that will earn the run from third by Judy. And they will score that as an error. So with runners at first and second, 2 outs, the Twins take the lead 4-3. As Stout will take the first pitch on ball 1. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one Richardson will have. He'll run the race to the bag, and that is the side. So 4 runs earned, 2 left behind, and we go to the bottom of the second. 4-3 Twins on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, and we're at the top of the order to start with Brendan Hill to lead off, the leadoff batter. It'll be Dylan Mader on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Twins. As Hill steps in. Hill, Frazier, and Richardson. And it's a strike over the plate to start the inning to Hill. Hill singled his first at-bat. 0-1. Mader will deliver, and it's just off the plate for ball one to even the count at 1 apiece. Deep breath in the pitch by Mader, and Hill will roll this one out to the shortstop. Bobbled, picked back up, the throw to first, but Hill, speedy little guy, will beat it there, and the Mavs will have a hit to start the inning.
Number 7.
So we'll go to Dane Frazier, and they're actually going to mark that one as an error. So we go to Frazier, and Frazier lets the first pitch go by for strike 1. Mader now with the pitch, and it's over the plate for strike 2. 0-2 on the count. Frazier at the plate, Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch, and it's outside to bring up ball 1. Frazier was walked his first at-bat as we go 1-2 on the count. Here's the 1-2 by Mader. And Frazier sings this one into the parking lot on the foul ball. We stay at 1-2. 1-2. Hill at first with the lead. The pitch by Mader. Actually, he's going to go to first. And we'll have runners at first and second. Both teams sporting the stirrup socks tonight. I would imagine Hill might go on the pitch here. Nope, he's going to hop. Frazier bounces this one fair down the third base line. The throw is made. Frazier on the wheels, and the ball gets away from the first baseman, allowing Hill to get to third. They're going to say a hit and an error.
Number 13, Trad Richardson.
So runners on the corners with no outs as Trad Richardson steps to the plate. And Richardson bounces this one over the third baseman's head. Hill will trot home from third, and the Mavericks have tied it up at 4 apiece. No outs and runners at first and second for the Mavericks. So we go to Stuart Long. Runners on first and second for the Mavericks. And a bunt laid down, foul by Long, will bring up strike one. So everybody will gather back up and head back to where they started out. So Long will settle back in. Richardson at first, Frazier at second, no outs. Here's the 0-1, and it's rocketed into the gap. That will load the bases up as Frazier slams on the brakes at third, and no outs. And that will bring up Bridger Johnson, and I will take that hit back off, that run back off the board as I got excited with the buttons. We go to Bridger Johnson, the left fielder, with loaded bases and no outs for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball one. For Johnson, it was a fielder's choice, his first at-bat. Loaded bases. Here's the 1-0, and we'll come back in for ball two. So 2-0. Stuart Long at first, Richardson at second, and Dane Frazier at third, as Johnson will have this one foul out of play, and we'll be at 2-1 on the count. Johnson settles back in. Mater with the stretch and set. And Mater finds the plate for strike two. So 2-2 on the count to Johnson. Here's Mater. Bounces out to Johnson. Picked up by the shortstop. And it will be one out on the fielder's choice, as Frazier will earn the run. And that'll leave runners on the corners for Drew Stensrud with one out. And now I can add that run on the board for the Mavericks. They take the lead, 5-4, one out, runners at first and third. Mater delivers. Stensrud will see ball one. And with the Mavericks being aggressive over the weekend in Lewiston, I thought I had picked up the steal sign from Hathaway, but I did not. Here's the outside pitch for ball two. 2-0. So Stensrud settles in. The pitch on the way, and Stensrud sends this one. Second baseman can't get a glove on it. Richardson will score, and that'll leave runners at first and second for the Mavericks. And it's now 6-4 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We come to Thomas Martin, the designated hitter. Mavericks in their number 7 spot batter with one out, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch by Mater. And Martin puts this one foul down the third base line. And we'll have strike one. Pitch on the way as this one delivers over the plate for strike 2. A little confusion in the booth here in the press box as we're trying to figure out who's on first and what's on second. And they're going to say it's 1-1 on the count. Now we'll get a foul ball. And we'll be at 1-2. Mater now gets the pitch from Kolb and the stretch and set. And it's over the plate, and Martin will be struck out for the second out of the inning.
Number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Brings us to the catcher, Andrew Clausen, with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Two teams that know each other well. Brothers when the game is not in play. Familiar foes when it is. Here's a foul ball by Clausen to start out for strike 1. Clausen settles in with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch by Mater. Clausen will take a slice for strike 2. 0-2. Clausen settles back in. Runners at first and second take their lead. Here's the 0-2. And Clausen hops this one into center field. Center fielder let it bounce in front of him. They're going to wave around Johnson, and he'll head home. Mavericks will earn a run off of the single by Clausen. And the Mavericks will make it 7-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Dayton Bay lets the first pitch go by for ball 1. And Bay finds the soft spot. They're waving around Stensrud. He'll make the run home. The throw is made, but not in time. And they say safe at home. And the machine called the Missoula Mavericks continues to run here as we move to the top of the order to Brendan Hill with Bay at first and Clausen at second. So Hill settles in. And the pitch. Hill showing bunt, and this is going to tag Hill, so the bases get loaded off the hit by pitch. Taking us to Dane Frazier, and Moyer is going to come out and check in with Mater now.
Be on the lookout for parents in the stands selling Split the Pot tickets. Split the Pot is sponsored by Legion.
With a visit, well, we're going to talk about one of our great companies here that we work with. Tip Coburn and Associates have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense law in addition to other areas for the past 60 years. If you need some legal advice, give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website, www.tcsattorneys.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959 and proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So Dane Frazier will come to the plate with loaded bases and 2 outs. Mavericks with 5 runs here in the bottom of the second. And an inside pitch will bring up ball 1 to Frazier. So Frazier walked his first at bat. His first plate appearance in the second inning would be a single. Let's see what he does to rotate the bases as this one's hit over the head of the pitcher. It's going to get into center field. They're going to wave around Bay from second. The throw is made. Off target and Bay slides in. And the Mavericks will earn 2 more runs to make it 10-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Number 13, Brad Richardson.
As we go to Terad Richardson. Mavericks now lead 10-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 7 runs earned here in the bottom of the 7th for the Mavericks. Here's Mater now with the first pitch to Richardson. It's over the plate for a strike. So Richardson bunted his first plate appearance in the first inning. Earlier in the second inning, he would have a single. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It does have contact, but regardless, it's going to be strike 2. 0-2 to Richardson. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Here's Mater with the 0-2. Outside, and we get ball 1, trying to get Richardson to chase. And Richardson will settle back in. Here's the pitch by Mater. Richardson, high and shallow. Shortstop is there, center field is there, and it's in the glove. So the Mavericks earn 7 and leave 2 behind to take a 10-6 lead going into the top of the 3rd. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.fivevalleyAutosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field for the Mavericks, taking on Lewis and Clark Twins. It'll be the first baseman for the Twins to lead off the top of the 3rd, Dawson Bonfield. Zach Angus will deliver from the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and it'll be ball 1 to Bonfield. Angus with the pitch, and Bonfield will send this one into the gap between first and second, and he'll load up for the second time today. He reached off an error, his first at bat. So we come to DJ Ricard. Mavericks with the lead. There were 4 runs earned for Lewis and Clark for the second inning, so the Mavericks looking to hold that off again, holding on to that lead. Angus delivers outside for ball 1. Now the stretch and set by Angus. Pitch on the way, and this one's high into center field. Hill stops, adjusts slightly, and puts it in the glove for the first out of the inning with the runner holding at first. So 1 out, 1 on with Dalton Hart at the plate. Pitch on the way, and Clausen blocks it in front of him for ball 1. Glenn Welsh taking a moment to clean the plate off, and a comment from Clausen to Welsh brings a smile to Welsh's face. That's a rarity. If you can make Welsh smile, well, you've done better than most. Runner at first with 1 out. Here's the 1-0. This one is off the glove. Good job by Long to dive and keep it from going into the outfield, but regardless, the runner is going to make it to first.
Number 22, Austin Kolb.
So we'll go to Austin Kolb with 1 out. And a runner at first and second. Kolb settles in. He singled his first at bat. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball 1. Hangus looking in. Here's the pitch by Hango. And it's into center field. Actually, it's an infield fly as Long will put it in the glove, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Number 8, Darren Judy.
So with 2 outs and runners holding at first and second, we come to Taryn Judy for the Twins. Mavericks lead 10-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Pitch on the way. And a singer down the third base line foul will bring up strike 1. So I asked Hangus the best thing that Mom makes. He said fish tacos. Favorite memory with Dad is playing catch in the backyard. Superhero is Superman. Here's the pitch. And a punch upstairs as Clausen looks for it. Keeps his mask on, and he's got it in the glove to retire the side. So the Twins, no runs, 2 left behind, and it's 10-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the third, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, Mavericks leading 10-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It will be the 4, 5, 6 batters scheduled on the inning. Long, Johnson, and Stensrud, with Dylan Mater on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. So Stuart Long will settle in with Bridger Johnson on deck. Here's the pitch by Mater, and Long will pop this one foul down the first base line for strike 1. For Long, 1 for 2, struck out swinging his first plate appearance and singled in his second. Seven innings on the tournament games for the schedule. 8-run rule in the 5th, as this one will slide outside for ball 1 to give us an even count at 1 apiece.
Hey, you guys get 50-50? No, they can not. You have $1?
Here's the pitch, and it's inside on the elbow to bring up ball 2. 2-1. Glenn Welsh, our plate umpire. Nick Yonke in the field. Here's the pitch by Mater. Outside, and we'll get ball 3. 3-1 on the count. Mater very quickly back up onto the rubber. Your defensive set for the Twins as Mater will deliver the pitch, and Long sends this one into right field to load up on the bases.
Number 10, Bridger Johnson.
We go to Bridger Johnson. So your defensive set on the infield for the Twins, you've got Stout at third, Wallace the shortstop, Turcotte is your second baseman, and Bonfield holding down first. Kolb is your catcher. Looking at the outfield, it's DJ Ricard in center and Taryn Judy in left. As a swing on the pitch will bring up strike one, and I didn't mark down left field, so we'll figure out who that is in left field in a moment here. And a pitch over the plate will make us an even, or outside will make us an even count at one apiece. And here's a bouncer to third. The throw to second on the fielder's choice. No play at first. And Long will be out on the fielder's choice.
Number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Brings up Drew Stensrud, the first baseman, with one out and one on. Stensrud singled both plate appearances so far tonight. Here's the stretch and set by Mater as the sun has graced us here at Lindbergh Craig Field. And Stensrud will take this one right at Mater. Mater will have to dance out of the way, and the Mavericks will have runners at first and second now with one out.
Number 8, Thomas Martin.
So I know why I don't have a left fielder in my list. It's because it wasn't put down on the sheet. Here's the pitch to Thomas Martin, the designated hitter, and Martin will take a swing foul for strike one. Here's Mater with the stretch and set on the 0-1. Outside brings up ball one. Here's the pitch by Mater. And Martin will hop this one over the first baseman's head. It's going to roll into right field, and the Mavericks will load the bases up with one out.
Number 14, Andrew Clausen.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Andrew Clausen, with one out for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. Swung on by Clausen for strike one. Clausen hit by a pitch his first at bat and singled his second plate appearance. Loaded bases, one out. Here's the pitch. Clausen foul for strike two. 0-2, one out. We get some shadows on the field. The lights have been turned on here at Lindbergh Craig Field, but the sun trying to break through at the end of the day. Here's the pitch, and it's upstairs for Clausen to bring up ball one. Here's Mater with the stretch and set. And that one will tag Clausen. The second time he's been hit by a pitch, it will bring home the runner from third, and the Mavericks will earn a run off the hit by pitch. 11-4 And Moyer's going to come back out. We'll see if this is going to be a change, and it is. Mater will hand over, and it looks like Bonfield is going to make his way to the pitcher's mound. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have your defensive changes. You're watching Mavericks baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have the change on the field. Dawson Bonfield will move from first over to the pitcher's mound. Coy Stout will move from third to first, and Jose Barajas is at third, so the DH is gone. And Dayton Bay will be at the plate for the Mavericks. So Bonfield now at the mound. And here's the stretch and set for Bonfield on the first pitch, and Bay will take a slice for strike one. And I don't see Bonfield's dad over there in with the Lewis and Clark fans, so I imagine he's back in Lewiston watching. Hello, Mr. Bonfield. Here's the 0-1. Outside to bring up ball one. Loaded bases for the Mavericks with Dayton Bay at the plate and one out. Clausen at first, Martin at second, and Stensrud at third. Here's Bonfield with a delivery upstairs to bring up ball two, 2-1 on the count. Bonfield with the stretch and set. And this one's over the plate. It will be called strike regardless of Kolb not holding on to it, and we'll have 2-2 on the count.
Mark, why are you so quiet?
2-2. Loaded bases. Bonfield now with the stretch and set. And it'll be a full count at 3-2 now to Bay. Bonfield with the pitch. And it'll be a strikeout to Bay.
Number 3, Brendan Hill.
For out number 2. So Bonfield will mow down his first batter he sees. Bases stay loaded as the top of the order. Brendan Hill comes to the plate for the Mavericks with 2 outs. Mavericks lead 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Hill lets her go by for ball one. Bonfield now with the pitch. Swung on. Hill will send this one foul into the batting cages to bring up 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch. And it's in the dirt. Good job by Kolb to block that in front of him. Otherwise, Stensrud would have found his way home. 2-1. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs and loaded bases. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we'll be at 3-1 to Hill. Brendan Hill, single, reached off an error and hit by a pitch. His 3 plate appearances tonight. First game is at 2:30 tomorrow. And Hill will foul this one back at us. And we'll go to a full count at 3-2. The payoff pitch now for Bonfield. Runners will move, and it's a strikeout on Hill to end the side. One run earned, 3 left behind, and it's 11-4 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City? The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning, where the Missoula Mavericks lead the Lewis and Clark Twins 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Twins, it's the bottom of the order to lead things off, Dylan Mater. So 9-1-2 for the Twins. Zach Hangus on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and he'll deliver a strike for his first pitch of the inning. Mater singled his first at-bat on the evening, and Hangus will deliver back over the plate for strike 2, 0-2 on the count. For the Mavericks, it's Trad Richardson at third, Stuart Long at second, and Dayton Bay at second. Stuart Long is the shortstop, and Stensrud is at first, as we'll get ball 1-2 on the count, 2. And a smack is high, shallow. Frazier's going to come up and put it in the glove, and the veteran will have the first out of the inning for the Mavericks. We go to the top of the order, Braden Turcott for the Twins with 1 out, nobody on. And it's upstairs for ball 1. For Turcott, a fly out and a fielder's choice, his first 2 at-bats. He'll send this one back to Johnson. Johnson wraps his glove around it, and that's 2 away.
Number 10, Tyson Wallace.
So we come to Tyson Wallace for the Twins with 2 outs and nobody on, top of the 4th. Pitch on the way. And it's outside for ball 1. So for Zach Hangus, who is a sophomore going into his junior year at Sentinel, His future goals is to play college baseball, as he'll deliver it over the plate for strike one to even it out at one. I asked Angus what baseball has taught him. He said, when you work hard, it will relate to how you perform. No truer words ever said, as this one sent into center field to give the Twins a hit and a runner with 2 outs.
Number 25.
We go to Coy Stout now. For the Twins. With 1 on and 2 outs. Here's Hangus with the pitch. And it'll be outside for ball 1. Clausen blocking it so it doesn't go anywhere. Here's the stretch and set by Hangus. And a foul ball down the first base line. Looked like that one would stay fair, but it will be foul for a 1-1 count. Bonfield in the on-deck circle for the Twins. And this one will have play. Frazier's got to get on his bike. He'll ride out, puts it in the glove, and that is 3 away. 1 left behind, and the Mavericks leave it at 11-4. Back with the bottom of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA Tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A Tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mavericks lead 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, with Dawson Bonfield looking for his first full inning of action on the 5 Valiato pitcher's mound. Mavericks lead 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with Dane Frazier to lead off. It's the 2, 3, 4 batters. Frazier at the plate, Richardson on deck, and Long in the hole.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
So Frazier will come to the plate. He's walked his first plate appearance and then singled his next 2. Here's the pitch, and it's inside by Bonfield for ball 1. Frazier settles back in. Bonfield with the stretch and set. Here's the pitch outside, and we'll have ball 2. Here's the stretch and set. And it's back upstairs to make it ball 3, 3-0 on the count. Bonfield with the stretch and set. And Frazier is walked for the second time to give the Mavericks a runner at first. We go to Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks with 1 on and no outs. Richardson part of that home run club. As Richardson sends this one, second baseman will have it in the glove. The throw to second, down the line to first, and the double play is turned for the Twins, and the bases cleared.
Number 2, Stuart Long.
Come on, Stuart, let's go. Get it started.
And we'll get Stuart Long after the double play. Here's the pitch to Long by Bonfield, and it's going to hop outside for ball 1. For Stuart Long, struck out his first plate appearance and then singled on the next 2. With Long at the plate, Johnson is in the on-deck circle as this one will come upstairs for ball 2. Here's the pitch. And this one will stay outside to bring up ball 3, 3-0 on the count. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th for the Mavericks. They lead 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Bonfield will deliver strike 1. 3-1. And Long will be walked for the first time tonight to put a runner on for the Mavericks. Brings us to Bridger Johnson. Johnson's had a trio of fielder's choices tonight. Runner's going to go with the ball pitch, and Stuart Long will get the stolen base after ball 1. And this one's brought in, and it's actually Mater. So Mr. Bonfield sending me an email to correct me. I appreciate that, Mr. Bonfield. As we've got ball 2. And it's 3-0 on the count. Here's the pitch. And it's outside. And that'll be a walk on Johnson. So runners at first and second for the Mavericks with 2 outs as Drew Stensrud will come to the plate. And the pitch comes in for ball 1. So I've got my lineup adjusted here. Thanks to Mr. Bonfield in Lewiston. Here's the 1-0. Outside, and runners will hold as the ball rolls away from Kolb to make it 2-0 on the count. Here's the stretch and set by Bonfield. And it'll be ball 3 now to Stensrud. Stensrud at the plate with 2 outs puts Thomas Martin in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And that's a walk for Stensrud to load the bases for the Mavericks. And that'll bring Maurer out to check in with his pitcher. And it'll be just a visit, no change. Well, folks, it's summertime. That means trips to the lake, family vacations. Maybe you just want to get away for the day. Well, if you're going to, stop by and see our friends at Fast Trip Conoco, your one-stop shop convenience store. And if you're looking to get your ride looking nice, well, they've got the Magic Touch Car Wash right there in the parking lot to make it look good too. Fast Trip Conoco, your one-stop shop convenience store, located on South Reserve across from Larchmont Golf Course, is a proud sponsor of high school sports. After the visit, Bonfield will deliver ball 1 to Thomas Martin. Martin 1 for 3, ground out, a strikeout looking, and a single his 3 plate appearances. Here's Bonfield with one in the dirt. Good job by Kolb to block it in front of him, and we stay at 2-0 on the count. Loaded bases for the Mavericks with 2 outs as Bonfield will deliver over the plate for strike 1. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for ball 3 to make it 3-1 on the count. Here's the pitch by Bonfield, and it's a strike called to give us a full count. Glenn Welsh barking on it right away. Bonfield now with the payoff pitch. And Martin will swing to end the side. That will leave runners stranded, and it stays 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the 5th after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Mavericks leading 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And those of you at home watching, say hello to Lawrence King, the vice president of the Mavericks, as this one shot up high by Bonfield, and it'll be out on the catch. That little bald head you see in the corner is Lawrence King. It's all right, Lawrence. So with Bonfield with the pop fly inside, it makes it out 1. As DJ Ricard comes to the plate. And Ricard settles in. And the pitch swung on, and Ricard will have it picked up by Long. The throw to first, and Stensrud will stick the bag. Yonke lifts his fist, and he says that is an out. Great play by Stuart Long at short to get it there. So with 2 outs, we go to Jose Barajas. So Barajas will have ball 1 from Hangus. He'll be patient and let the ball come in for ball 2. 2-0 on the count to Barajas. And Hangus will deliver ball 3, 3-0 on the count. Pitch by Hangus. Upstairs, and he'll walk the batter with 2 outs. Takes us to Austin Cole for the Twins with 2 outs and a runner at first. Here's the stretch and set. Hangus with the pitch, and it's swung on for strike 1 for Kolb. Kolb tonight, his 2 plate appearances. The first would be a single and then an infield fly on his second. Here's the pitch and a swing for strike two. 0-2 on the count. Angus checks the runner, now the pitch, and this one will be rolled out. It'll be long to get to it. He's going to try the throw to first, and Stensrud's got to get off the bag, and the runner will advance to third from second off of the error. A hit and an error is how it's going to be scored.
Number 8, Karen Judy.
Here's the pitch by Hangus. And Judy's going to send this one. A good job by Johnson to glove it up, and that will retire the side. So no earned runs as runners are left behind, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. The Mavericks leading 11-4. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth inning where the Mavericks lead 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Leading off for the Mavericks, it's Andrew Clausen, so the 8-9 batter scheduled on the inning with Dawson Bonfield back on duty on the 5 Valiato pitcher's mound. Clausen to settle in. To start things off, Bonfield now with the pitch. Swung on for strike one. Here's the stretch and set. And a pitch as Clausen sends this one over the shortstop's head, and Andrew Clausen will be on base. He's going to grab a gear and head to second and stands up on the double for the Mavericks.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
Brings up Dayton Bay for the Mavericks, bottom of the order. Bay settles in. And Bonfield will stretch and set. And it's in the dirt. Kolb can't hold on to it. Bay will make his way to third, and he'll get the base off of the wild pitch. So the threat at third now for the Mavericks in Clausen. Bay at the plate in the top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the 1-0 by Bonfield, and it's upstairs for ball 2. Mavericks with 11 runs off of 14 hits. It's the 4 errors that are an itch that needs to be scratched, as this one is outside for ball 3. For the Twins, it's 4 runs off 8 hits and 2 errors. Here's the pitch by Bonfield. And it's outside to walk Bay for the first time today. So we'll swing to the top of the order for the Mavericks with runners on the corners, and Brendan Hill, the speed demon,
051-695.
at the plate. Clausen steps away from third. Bonfield with the stretch and set. And this one, Hill will bring it up. The throw to first is made, and that'll be 1 out with Bay advancing to second.
Frazier.
Takes us to Dane Frazier now with 1 out and runners at second and third for the Mavericks. Frazier. 2 singles. Those singles are a bookend with walks. He was walked his first plate appearance, a pair of singles the next 2, and walked his last. And Bonfield will deliver a low pitch for ball 1. One and 0 on the count. Bonfield with the stretch. Bay at second, Clausen at third, and Bonfield will deliver outside for the ball. Bonfield coming in and taking over on the pitcher's mound, and has been working steadily since then. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. Bonfield has kept the Mavericks off of the scoreboard since he's come in, but he's got 3-0 on the count with no outs, or 1 out for the Mavericks. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Now the pitch, and it's outside to walk Frazier, and that has loaded bases for Terad Richardson. Richardson now settling in. Richardson, a bunt, a single, a flyout, and a fielder's choice in his 4 plate appearances. As Bonfield will deliver, Kolb keeps it in front of him for ball 1. 1 out on the board. Now, with the Mavericks leading 11-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, there is an 8-run rule that takes effect in the 5th, as Bonfield goes back outside for ball 2. Here's the pitch by Bonfield. And Richardson's going to hop this one into the gap. They cannot get to it. It's going to roll. Here comes Clausen down the line, and the Mavericks will get the win. 12-4 over the Twins. So the Mavericks, as I bring back our play, the Mavericks now move to 1-1 on the tournament, with the Twins going to 2-1. The Twins, 4 runs off 8 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left behind. The Mavericks, 12 runs off of 14 hits, 4 errors, and they would leave 13 behind. More games going on tomorrow. 2:30, the Twins versus Walla Walla. 5 o'clock, Mavericks and Central Washington, and 7:30, Mavericks and Centralia. Have a good night, folks. We'll talk to you at 2:30 tomorrow.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.